Is it started? Yes, started, right? So enthalpy drop is nothing but H1 minus H2, that is equals to increase in the kinetic energy, right now? So that is equals to V square by 2. Because enthalpy, I am taking specific enthalpy. This is enthalpy per mass. That's why I am neglecting mass. Or else you can write H1 minus H2 enthalpy is equals to increase in kinetic energy of mv square where this enthalpy, the units are in kilojoules. Why the brush is not right? This is in kilojoules, and this specific enthalpy is in kilojoules per kg. This is in kilojoules per kg, right? So whenever it is per kg, you can neglect the mass over here, right? It is in kilojoules, therefore we are considering the mass. Okay. Now let us say from this we can write V square is equals to 2 into H1 minus H2, where H1 is the enthalpy at the inlet of the nozzle and H2 is the enthalpy at the outlet of the nozzle. As we know, the steam passing through the nozzle, the enthalpy drop or pressure drop is going to take place. That is converted into the kinetic energy. Means if you see the nozzle, this is the inlet section, this is the outlet section. These the conditions are H1 at inlet, H2 at outlet. Okay, and compared with the inlet velocity, right now outlet velocity is much more greater. Therefore, inlet velocity can be neglected. So therefore, we are getting only outlet velocity. Okay, na? Right. So therefore, V2 is equals to under root 2 into H1 minus H2. Under root 2 into H1 minus H2. So where H1 and H2 are the enthalpies, the units are in kilojoules per kg. It is specific enthalpy. The units are in kilojoules per kg, right? So if you balance the units, kilojoule, 1 kilojoule is nothing but 10 power 3. Joule is the Newton meter. Joule is nothing but Newton meter per kg. Right now? So 1 Newton, what can I write? So Newton can be written as kg meter per second square. You can define Newton as kg meters per second square and mass per kg. And kg cancel, and you left with 10 power 3 meter square per second square. 10 power 3 meter square per second, so within the root. Okay, so this is 1000. 2 into 1000, 2000. So under root 2000 into enthalpy drop, that is delta H. So under root 2000 is equals to 44.72 into under root enthalpy drop. This is the velocity of the steam passing through the nozzle. Okay, is it clear? We discussed this one in yesterday itself.
Yes, sir.
Fun. Right. Which brush will be good? Right, now it's okay. Now. So here, and if you see the syllabus, after that we have mass of steam discharging through the nozzle. Very, very important derivation. Okay, mass of the steam discharging through the nozzle and condition for maximum discharge and critical pressure ratio. All three will come in one derivation. Okay, so let me derive that. Mass of steam discharge through nozzle. Very, very important derivation. Please concentrate. And if you have any doubt, you can ask in between. Not a problem. Okay, let us consider a convergent divergent nozzle. Let us consider convergent divergent nozzle. This is the inlet. This is the outlet. And this is the axis of the nozzle. Okay, right. So at section 1, this is inlet, we are assuming section 1, and at outlet, we are assuming it as section 2. Right. Let us assume the pressure at inlet. At inlet condition, P1 is the pressure at inlet of the nozzle, and V1 is the specific volume. Pressure is in Newton per meter square, and specific volume is meter cube per kg, volume per mass. So P1, V1 are the properties of the steam at inlet of the nozzle, and at outlet, the properties are P2 and V2. Okay. So what we are deriving? We are deriving discharge of steam through the nozzle or mass of steam discharged through the nozzle. Is my voice is audible? Please let me clarify.
Yes,
Is
sir.
my voice is audible?
Yes, sir.
Right. So these are the inlet conditions, these are the outlet conditions, and we know along the length of the nozzle, pressure drop or enthalpy drop is going to take place. Okay, along the length of the nozzle, pressure drop or enthalpy drop is going to take place, and that is equals to change in the kinetic energy. It's equals to change or increase in the kinetic energy. Right. Now, so here, as we know, the velocity of the steam passing through the nozzle is equals to, just now we derived 44.72 under root delta H. Under root delta H. Okay. All right. Now, so we can say the enthalpy drop is nothing but increase in the kinetic energy. Enthalpy drop is equals to increase in kinetic energy. That is nothing but work done. Okay, if you see the expansion of the steam through the nozzle, Ts or Hs diagram, right? So this is the expansion of the steam passing through the nozzle. This is the axial expansion, and if you see vertical, this is the isentropic expansion. 2 dash is the expansion of the steam isentropical. It is the vertical, entropy is constant. 1 to 2 is the axial expansion. 1 dash to 2 dash, 1 to 2 dash is the isentropic expansion. How to define the efficiency of the nozzle? Axial expansion by isentropic expansion, that gives the efficiency of the nozzle. Okay, right. Now, so let us assume it follows polytropically. The expansion of the steam follows polytropic. PV power n is equals to constant. Okay, right. So therefore enthalpy drop, right? Enthalpy drop is nothing but increase in the kinetic energy. That is nothing but work done during the expansion process. That is the polytropic process, right? So what is the formula for work done during polytropic expansion? Anyone remember the work done during polytropic
P1
expansion?
by P1 V1 minus P2 V2 by n minus 1.
Answer. N by n minus 1 P1 V1 minus P2 V2. Just now you completed TD exams. How can you forget? So that is equals to increase in the kinetic energy, right? Now, increasing the kinetic energy. So as we see, let us say this is V1, this is V2. Compared with V2, right? V1 is very small. Therefore, I can neglect V1 to 0. I can assume the inlet velocity is 0. Okay. So therefore, change in velocity will be only V2. So that too, I am assuming C is the velocity of the steam passing through the nozzle, where C is the velocity of the steam leaving the nozzle. I am assuming velocity of steam leaving the nozzle. Okay, C square by 2. Okay. Now here, what we are simplifying now. So from this, if you take P1 V1 common, n by n minus 1 P1 V1, if I take common, 1 minus P2 by P1 into V2 by V1 is equals to C square by 2. C square by 2. Now, so I don't want the volume ratio. I want to replace volume ratio in terms of pressure ratio, right? So between two states, 1 to 2. So if I apply polytropic process, P1 V1 power n is equals to P2 V2 power n. Right? From this, I want to eliminate V2 by V1, right? So if I write V2 by V1, V2 by V1 is equals to P1 by P2, P1 by P2 whole power 1 by n, P1 by P2 whole power 1 by n, or I can also write as P2 by P1 whole power minus 1 by n. Is it is okay till here? Means V2 by V1 can be replaced with P2 by P1 whole power minus 1 by n. Please respond.
Yes.
Reciprocal, so that I will get negative sign for the power. Students,
Yes, sir.
please respond. Is my voice is audible? Hello?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Hello students, am I audible? Hello students, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're
Yes,
audible.
sir.
Am I audible? Please respond.
Yes, sir.
I can't hear.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Is my voice is audible or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
319, I can't hear you. Yeah, roll number 2. If you are able to hear my voice, lower your hands. 6002, raise your hand once. 6002, raise your hand once. Okay, lower your hand. Okay, your voice is not reaching to me. If my voice is okay, then I will proceed. Here is a problem I'm not getting. Otherwise, be online. I will leave the meeting and I will join again so that you can hear me clearly. Now, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Students,
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
can you hear me? Again, something else. Okay, I think my voice is audible. I am proceeding. Maybe something is problem with the system. Okay, I don't want to waste time. Right. Hello. I'll talk to you later. Right. So now I am replacing the volume ratio in terms of pressure ratio. So therefore, I'll get n by n minus 1 P1 V1 to 1 minus P2 by P1 into V2 by V1 is replaced by P2 by P1 whole power minus 1 by n. Raghav, laptop you. Yeah, I'll join through laptop. Please. Is equals to C square by 2. So, and this C square by 2 is equals to n by n minus 1 P1 V1 P1 V1 into 1 minus here bases are same. I can add the powers P2 by P1 whole power 1 minus 1 by n, that is equals to n minus 1 by n. So this is equals to C square by 2, and from this C square is equals to, yes, somebody is talking. I can hear you. Yeah, speak. Someone is talking, I think.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now I can hear. Is my voice is audible to all?
Yes, sir. It's audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right, something is problem in the system. Okay. Okay. Now C square is equals to 2 will be multiplied 2n divided by n minus 1 P1 V1 into 1 minus P2 by P1 whole power n minus 1 by n. And from this C is equals to square root of 2n by n minus 1 P1 V1 into 1 minus P2 by P1 whole power n minus 1 by n. So what is C here? What is C here? Please tell me.
Velocity of steam.
Velocity of the steam passing through nozzle, right? But what I want mass of the steam discharged through the nozzle, right now? Right, I want mass of the steam per time. So mass I want in kg per second. How to calculate mass in kg per second? Mass can be calculated. It is the product of density into area multiplied by velocity. So now I have velocity with me, right now? Density into area into velocity. So what is density? Density is nothing but reciprocal of specific volume, or I can write rho into A into C. Rho into A into C. Okay. Now rho can be written as, right, at the outlet we are talking about, that is equals to rho to A2. C is the velocity at the outlet. Okay. So therefore A2 into C by, I can write specific volume at outlet. I can write specific volume at outlet. Be online. I'm changing the system. Yes. Hello. Students, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Sorry for the obstruction. So we could derived C is equals to under root 2n by n minus 1 P1 V1 into 1 minus P2 by P1 whole power n minus 1 by n, right? So this is the velocity of the steam discharging through the nozzle, right? So we know that mass is equals to density into mass area into velocity. Okay, so I can written as area into velocity. I'm writing with C divided by density is reciprocal of specific volume, right? A2 into C into V2. Okay, so now what is V2? V2 is the specific volume at outlet. So what I am doing, P1 V1 power n is equals to P2 V2 power n, right? So because I am assuming the process of the expansion is polytropic, 1 to 2 is the actual expansion and 1 to 2 dash is the isentropic expansion, right? So therefore I am eliminating V2 and I am writing in terms of P2, P1 P2, right? So V2 by V1 whole power n is equals to, I can write it as P1 by P2, P1 by P2, and from this V2 is equals to
P1 by P2.
V2 by V1. Yeah, P1 by P2 whole power
N.
1 by n. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
It will become 1 by n, and
Yes.
yes, this is P1 by P2. Okay.
So V2
And
is
I also written as P2 by P1 whole minus 1 by n. Therefore,
sir.
V2 is equals to V1 into P2 by P1 whole power minus 1 by n. Therefore, I am replacing value here and I am substituting C value here. Okay. So therefore, if I substitute everything, therefore mass of the steam in kg per time. So kg per second, mass of the steam discharged to the m is equals to A2 will be as it is A2, and C I am writing under root 2n by n minus 1 P1 V1 into 1 minus P2 by P1 whole power n minus 1 by n divided by, this is C value, divided by V2. I am writing V1 into P2 by P1 whole power minus 1 by n. Okay. Now what I am doing, I am taking this P2 by P1 into numerator. Therefore, this negative will become positive. Okay. Right. Right. Therefore, mass is equals to A2 divided by specific volume V1 into, this will become P2 by P1 whole power 1 by n positive into square root 2n by n minus 1 P1 V1 into 1 minus P2 by P1 whole power n minus 1 by n. Okay. So now what I am doing, I am taking this P2 by P1 value inside, therefore it will become 2 by n, right? So that is equals to, simplification I am doing, A2 by V1 into two n by n minus 1 P1 V1 into P2 by P1 whole power 2 by n. Because I am taking inside the square root, it will become square, right? Now P whole minus P2 by P1. Already we have n minus 1 by n and multiplied by P2 by P1 whole power 2 by n. Is it is clear till now? Please respond. Is it is clear till now? Students? Is this line is clear? Right. Now further simplification, m is equals to A2 by V1 into square root 2n by n minus 1 P1 V1 into P2 by P1 whole power 2 by n minus P2 by P1, and here bases are same. We can add the powers n minus 1 plus 2, that is equals to n plus 1 by n. Okay, so this is the mass of the steam discharged through the nozzle. Okay, is it clear? This is the derivation of mass of steam discharged through the nozzle, where P2 by P1 is the pressure ratio. Okay, now what we will do, we will derive what is the condition for maximum discharge. Okay, now we are deriving, this is what we derived is mass of the steam discharged through the nozzle. Okay, now we will see condition for maximum discharge. We will get the critical pressure ratio from this. Condition for maximum discharge. Right, so here if you see, in order to get the condition for maximum discharge, what we need to do, we need to differentiate the above equation. We need to differentiate the above equation with respect to pressure ratio d by, because that is a variable, dm by d P2 by P1, and equate it to 0. Then we will get the condition for maximum discharge. We get the condition for maximum discharge. Okay, so therefore d by, which implies d by d of P2 by P1 of A2 by V1 into square root 2n by n minus 1 into P1 V1 into P2 by P1 whole power 2 by n minus P2 by P1 whole power n plus 1 by n. Okay, so square root whole close is equals to 0. Okay, now if you simplify, if you send a by v1, a2 by v1 that side, it will become 0. Okay, then finally d by P2 by P1 of P2 by P1 whole power 2 by n minus d by d of P2 by P1 of P2 by P1 whole power n plus 1 by n is equals to 0. Is this step is clear? Is this step is clear? Please respond.
Yes, sir.
Right, so because if I send these things will out right side, they will become 0. So I have only 2 terms. I am expanding those 2 terms. Okay, now we differentiate. Right, so d by dx whole power x by d by dx of x power n. The formula is d by dx of x power n is equals to n into x power n minus 1. Okay, so where x is nothing but P2 by P1 here. Okay, so n into n is nothing but 2 by n into P2 by P1 power 2 by n minus 1, n into x power n minus 1. Even I can take it right side, it will become equal. I will put it 0. Positive sign will come if I send right side, and n into n plus 1 by n into x. X is P2 by P1 whole power n minus 1, where n is nothing but n plus 1 by n minus 1. Okay, na? So now simplify. So from this I can write 2 by n into P2 by P1 whole power 2 minus n by n is equals to n plus 1 by n into P2 by P1 whole power n plus 1 by n minus 1. N is the LCM, so 1 will be n will be cancelled. I left with only 1 by n. Okay, now take P2 by P1 one side and n's other side. Okay, so therefore what I am getting, 2 by n into n by n plus 1. I am taking this to the left and this to the right. Okay, so therefore P2 by P1 whole power 1 by n, and it will come to denominator, right now? It will come to denominator if I write divided by P2 by P1 whole power 2 minus n by n. 2 minus n by n, right? So now what I am doing, I am taking this to the numerator so that it will be minus. So from this n will be cancelled. 2 by n plus 1 is equals to P2 by P1 whole power 1 by n into P2 by P1 whole power. This will be minus, right? So n minus 2 by n. N minus 2 by n, right now? So therefore, when bases are same, you can add the powers here. So therefore, 2 by n plus 1 is equals to P2 by P1 whole power. N is the LCM. 1 plus n minus 2. N minus 1 by n. Okay. So therefore, P2 by P1 is equals to 2 by n plus 1 whole power n by n minus 1. This is the condition for maximum discharge, and we can call this P2 by P1 as critical pressure ratio, pressure at the outlet to the pressure at the inlet. Critical pressure ratio, or this is the condition for maximum discharge. Now, how to get the maximum discharge? Now we need to substitute this value in the discharge formula, right? So what is the formula for discharge? This is the mass of the steam discharged to the nozzle, right? The formula. So M is equals to M is equals to A2 by V1 into, within the root we have P1 V1. Let me see. Yeah, 2n by n minus 1. 2n by n minus 1 P1 V1 into P2 by P1 whole power 2 by n minus P2 by P1 whole power n plus 1 by n. This is the formula to calculate the discharge. Now in this we need to substitute P2 by P1 value to get the maximum discharge. Okay. Now substitute that one for maximum discharge. Therefore, M max is equals to maximum discharge is equals to. This is the condition for maximum discharge. This is the condition for maximum discharge. Now substitute that condition in discharge, we will get the maximum value. A2 by V1 into 2n by n minus 1 P1 V1 into 2 by n plus 1 whole power n by n minus 1. N by n minus 1 into 2 by n. Already 2 by n is there. Minus 2 by n plus 1 whole power n by n minus 1 into n plus 1 by n. The whole thing under root. Okay. So therefore, A2 by V1 into under root 2n by n minus 1 P1 V1. Now n will be cancelled. So 2 by n plus 1 whole power 2 by n minus 1. Here also n will be cancelled, minus 2 by n plus 1 whole power n plus 1 by n minus 1. The whole thing is under root. Clear till now? Clear till now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. So we can simplify further also. M max is equals to A2 by V1. Which term we can take common? Which term we can take common? Tell me. Tell me which term we can take common. Is my voice is audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, which term we can take common? So under root 2n by n minus 1 is there, p1 v1 is there. Now from these two terms, which term we can take common?
2 by n plus 1.
2 by, I am taking second term common completely, 2 by n plus 1 whole power n plus 1 by n minus 1. N plus 1 by n minus 1. Okay. So then 2 by n plus 1 by 2 by n minus 1 divided by, because I took common, I am multiplying, I am dividing with 2 by n plus 1 whole power n plus 1 by n minus 1 minus 1. Clear this one? I took second term common. Now I can take this to the numerator. Okay, now I can take this to the numerator, therefore I will get the minus sign. Where is the cursor? Okay, that is equals to m max is equals to a2 by v1 into 2n by n minus 1 p1 v1 into 2 by n plus 1 whole power n plus 1 by n minus 1 2 by n plus 1 whole power. This will be 2 by n minus 1 minus n plus 1 by n minus 1. So n minus 1 is the LCM. So 2 minus n plus 1. So that is equals to 1 minus n. Okay, na? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
n minus 1, 2 minus n, yeah. 2 minus n, this will be minus 1, right? Because minus is common. Minus is for whole. 2 minus n minus 1. Okay. That is equals to 1 minus n by n minus 1. So that is equals to 1 minus n by n minus 1 minus 1. Right now? Any further simplification? Any further simplification? Students, any further simplification?
No, sir.
No. N minus n. Check it. The final form should be, we want m max is equals to a2 into n into p1 by v1 to 2 by n plus 1 whole power n plus 1 by n minus 1. This is the final. After simplification, we should get this one. Check it. I think further simplification should be, this is the final form. This is also correct, but further simplification is required. Check it. v1 we will take inside, this will be v1 square, v1 will be cancelled. What about other things? 2 2n by n plus 1. This is n minus 1. Hmm. Anybody? Try this one. So this is our final form. Any idea? Anyone? See here, 1 minus n by n minus 1 is what? This is minus 1. Check it. We can write minus of n minus 1 by n minus 1. Yes or no? If I take
Yes, sir.
minus common from the numerator, this is n minus 1 by n minus 1. So this whole will be minus 1. Therefore, this is minus 1. When power minus 1, I can write it as n plus 1 by 2. Yes or no? This is n plus 1 by 2. N plus 1 by 2 minus 1. That is equals to n plus 1 minus 2 by 2. That is equals to n minus 1 by 2. Okay. So therefore, from this step, m max is equals to a2 by v1 into square root 2n by n minus 1 p1 v1 into 2 by n plus 1 whole power n plus 1 by n minus 1 into n minus 1 by 2. Agree? The whole thing will be n minus 1 by 2. Then 2 n minus 1 will be cancelled. Then we left. Then I'm taking v2 inside. Therefore, a2 into p1 v1 divided by, if I take inside, it will be square because square root is there, into 2 by n plus 1 whole power n plus 1 by n minus 1. This is the maximum discharge of steam passing through the nozzle. Is it clear now? Very, very important
Yes, sir.
derivation. You should practice. Again, I'm explaining once again. Please go through it. So we derived the velocity of the steam passing through the nozzle is equals to 2n by n minus 1 p1 v1 into this value, right? But I don't want velocity. I want mass of the steam discharged to the nozzle per time. So mass of steam per time can be calculated by multiplying density area into velocity, and density I can written as reciprocal of specific volume. Therefore, I took to the denominator, and now I am writing specific volume in terms of pressure ratio. Therefore, V2 is eliminated by V1 into this value, and velocity we know this formula, substituting velocity as well as the specific volume, and we are going to simplify now, right? So here what we did, we took P2 by P1 common, P2 by P1 whole power 1 by n common, then we left with this one. Okay, then after simplifying we are getting this value, right? Now, so next after that what we did, this is the mass of the steam discharge. Then we want condition for maximum discharge. For that we need to differentiate this equation with respect to P2 by P1. That is a variable here, right? So then we did this d by dx of u minus v formula. Then d by dx of u minus v means du by dx minus dv by dx. Okay, same du by
Sir,
dx
screen
minus
not
dv. Screen not visible.
Yes, sir.
No, for all or for
Visible.
you? Visible. I think you log out and log in again. Maybe issue with your side. Okay. So therefore, so d by dx of this minus d by dx of this equals to 0. So if I take this right side, I can equate and I can put plus symbol. That same thing I did. D by dx of x power n formula we used n into x power n minus 1, n into x power n minus 1. Here also n is nothing but n plus 1 by n into x power n minus 1. Then we simplified and we got pressure ratio condition. So pressure ratio P2 by P1 is equals to 2 by n plus 1 whole power n by n minus 1. This is the condition for maximum discharge. Now in order to get the value, we substituted P2 by P1 value in the discharge formula and we simplified. So finally we got A2 into, now again further simplified, V1 will be cancelled, A2 into P1 by V1 into 2 by n plus 1 whole power n plus 1 by n minus 1. So this is the final value of maximum discharge. Okay, and here you can see one more. Here you can calculate maximum velocity also. We got velocity is this much, right? So if you substitute P2 by P1 condition for maximum discharge, you will get the maximum velocity also. Okay, we can do that one also. C max we can get it. So C max is equals to we got C is equals to velocity of the steam. C is equals to 2n by n minus 1 P1 V1, 2n by n minus 1 P1 V1 into 1 minus P2 by P1 whole power 1 by n. The whole thing is under root. Let me check. Sorry, n minus 1 by n. This is n minus 1 by n. Now in this one, if you substitute P2 by P1 as, put P2 critical pressure ratio 2 by n plus 1 whole power 2 by n plus 1 whole power n by n minus 1, n by n minus 1, n by n minus 1. Substitute this value here. So therefore C max is equals to maximum velocity. C max is equals to under root 2n by n minus 1 P1 V1 into 1 minus 2 by n plus 1 whole power n by n minus 1 into, already we have n minus 1 by n. So this will be cancelled, and if you take LCM, that is equals to 2n by n minus 1 P1 V1 into n plus 1 minus 2, that is n minus 1 by n plus 1. The whole thing is under root. This is clear? Because 1 minus 2 by n plus 1. 1 minus 2 by n plus 1 is equals to n plus 1 is the LCM. This is n plus 1 minus 2, that is n minus 1. Now you can see n minus 1 will be cancelled. Therefore 2n by n minus 1 into P1 V1. P1 V1. This gives the maximum velocity. This is C max. This is the maximum discharge. This is the maximum velocity. Is it clear?
So 2n by n plus 1.
1 second. 2n by n plus 1. Sorry, 2n by n plus 1. 2n by n plus 1 into P1 V1. This gives the C max. So very important one. You practice today. If you don't get, again I'll derive tomorrow. Very important derivation. Discharge of steam passing through the nozzle and condition for maximum discharge, and what is the maximum discharge and what is the maximum velocity. This P2 by P1 is called critical pressure ratio. You may ask direct equation for critical pressure ratio of steam passing through a nozzle, where P1 is the inlet pressure, P2 is the pressure at the throat of the nozzle. Okay, and after this tomorrow we'll discuss area, velocity, pressure relationship for the nozzle. Okay, so any doubts?